Why do you sit quiet? Isn't there anyone who wants to talk to you? Silence is beautiful, Karen. It's so beautiful, silence. We're often so agitated, we always need to feel silence with speaking or with something happening. I love to sit in silence. Levin. Hey, Levin. After a couple of years of therapy, meditation and talks with much positive effect, I have somehow become lost in anxieties and depression more than ever. I hardly sleep, can't concentrate on anything. My body and mind feel tortured most of the time. I simply can't understand what brought me to this dark place, and eventually I am blaming myself for experiencing life that way. Some teachers say you've got to take full responsibility for your state of being, your way of experiencing, like in AA. Is this a good place to start? Am I really responsible for what's going on now? You are and you aren't. You are as that boundless energy, the creator of everything, but as the person is a creation. But what basically has to happen is there has to be a movement from believing that you're that person back to that boundless freedom. I'm not sure why you've gone into anxiety and depression. It could be that it's actually a really beautiful thing and it's just old stuff coming up. But it could be that you've taken on concepts of the therapy and the spirituality to be a new identity. You just have to be honest. As the person, you just have to be honest. In this moment, right now, whatever's appearing, it just comes up and gets said. And if you don't want to do something, you just have to say, I don't want to do this. And the more you accept yourself as a person, the more you'll accept everybody else. And you see that this human is is an animal. It's not a perfect enlightened being. You're never going to be an enlightened Lisa or an enlightened Julia or an enlightened Levin. Enlightenment is the nature, and then the human is the human, which is self-centered. And it just has to be its color, just like a note in music has to be the note. The human has to be what it is. And you find your way of being. You find your freedom from being, from this moment, from the love, not from the nervousness, not from the fear, from the love that's expressing right now, from the amness. So whatever's directly expressive from the amness. And if there's a lot of suffering that's coming up right now, then just don't make a decision. Just go and lay in that suffering until it passes. And then when the love comes back, make your decision. Normally, when we're nervous or suffering, that's when we try to make all our decisions. We're like, help, help, I've got to move house. I've got to call the lawyer, or whatever it is. Don't identify with non-duality though.